Alright, I've got this bloody demo going on here. Didn't want to work. But it was quite slow, so I'd like to see what this. I know what the difference between this, if it works, and what it's going to do with this. It's been a while since I played this actually. Look at that. Well, we've got, that's my graphics card. We'll go try 1024 75. It's may not, I don't know. I'll just try depth of field, okay. See what it does with that. This is the demo, it's the trouble getting this son of a bitch to work now. Okay. And when it used to do this originally, it would go quite slow when I was looking at the waterfall, but now it's like it's reasonable actually. Bloody walls are going to turn, aren't they? That is definitely faster, that is a lot faster. Yeah, that's a lot faster. It would definitely, on the old card, it would struggle with that. It would that would just, it would just go quite slow. Can't jump, why can't I jump with that? Oh man. Normally I'm doing the playthrough, this as it is on PCSX2, PlayStation 2 emulator. And I'm using it. Oh, thank you, Laura. You're still on form, aren't you, Laura? And I'm using joypads, so I've got used to that. So it's like it's a bit dark, isn't it? It's bloody dark. There it is. But he's definitely faster, but he's much improved, that is. So I'll say this card is at least twice as fast as my old one. All the times I played on this computer for about 10 years, thinking it was more to do with the memory, and it probably was to a degree. It was definitely the graphics card being super budget, the Nvidia card that I had. MX400, Geforce 2 I think it was. it would always go very slow here. It's pretty good. That's standard. It's just doing what it's meant to. I do remember trying to install the original game and it just didn't want to know. It wouldn't actually do that. So yes, it's. Looks quite nice. Graphics are actually quite reasonable actually for this version. It would always be very sluggish on this bit. Oh, Lara, for crying out loud! Why don't you bloody grab? Great, Lara, nice work. But yeah, that's just a little taste of that. I haven't got a whole lot of time to do on this video, but Lara's got the wet look going on there. Definitely a lot faster. That's not standard playable at these settings, and it just would be too slow. It would be just really quite slow on this section with the old cards. So here it is. Yeah, I couldn't do this without getting max pain. I couldn't do it without max pain. I'm just going to turn sound channels. Some variations, character shadows, trilinear 32-bit, whatever in the anti-aliasing. I'll have everything on maximum. Trilinear, I won't go anti-scopic, so it's trilinear 32-bit and everything, pretty much everything apart from shadows, sound channels, sound variations, and everything else is on maximum. Okay.
Stirred nervously under my coat. The train doors had already shut behind me, and I was in for the ride. Next stop, Roscoe Street Station, and Alex. The station was drenched in gloom. Alex was a ghost, nowhere to be seen. I'd have to look for him. Death was in the air at Roscoe Street. I'd have to find Alex fast. Pills would hold the pain back for a while.
Definitely a little bit smooth, or way smooth. I've got it on nearly maximum settings. Turn off shadows, and there's no anti-aliasing. I've turned that off, but everything else is pretty much 100%, and it's really very smooth. It's just played fine before on the other card. It wasn't an issue on that, but definitely just even more fluid than it was before. It's just fine. It's just, but this game is contemporary with the machine, about the same year, so, but pretty much maximum settings. It's very, very sort of fluid. Well, if they can play 2-Man Anniversary demo and it's perfectly playable, then they can definitely do this on maximum settings without any issue then. No, oh you little bugger. Yeah, it's just really, really, really nice. Even nicer than it was before.
While looking for Alex, they had ended up in the middle of a big-time crime operation. Say goodbye. What's going on here?
A massacre. These armed thugs just appeared from nowhere. We need to get help. I can make the call from the control room 1 floor up. Can you take me there?
Sure, sounds good. Follow me.
Home free. This way. Yo, look out!
This isn't much of a test really because of it being the same age as the machine, so it's not going to be a whole lot better, but definitely with the maximum settings there's a really nice, just got this lovely, just plays nice.
The train lit up like a Christmas tree. Power was back on.
Door, yeah, there's another door there.
So much for being subtle.